Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you today. It is currently the 30th of April 2014. This is my second time I'm trying to do one of these live updates via live YouTube, a YouTube live event that is, a Vice Ustream, which I have been using as of late. The last one still a little sketchy on the audio. I think I have it fixed now, so please bear with me. I'm trying to do this because YouTube a little bit easier to work with. All of my basically audience base is in YouTube, and I think it's going to be a lot easier to have more of a discussion and more of a feedback during these live events when people are already on there. You don't have to log in to anything else. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, and please bear with me. Just trying this a little bit different. And we have a few things that we are talking about today off towards the northern portions of the Marianas and across Japan. Those are the big two hot topics. We have a low pressure area here, and what is left, well, yesterday it was for a short period of time, according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center only, that is, Typhoon Tapah. Now, Tapah right now, 60 gusting up to 75 knot winds. Vertical wind shear, dry air inflow really wrapping into this system, and it's going to continue to weaken out through the next 48 hours out here. Right now, 111, gusting up to 157 kilometers per hour, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. They expect it in basically on the second, so in 48 hours, to be down to 83, gusting up to 126 kilometers per hour. At that point, where we're talking still about a tropical storm, but a much weaker one. JTWC, a very similar track. Actually moving a lot slower, though. Right now, 111, gusting up to 139 kilometers per hour. And you can see here on the right, just a general decrease in intensity. Main reason for this decrease in intensity is that we do have, you can see it right here, there's a long area of cloud cover coming in from the northeast. Well, it's also grabbing in some strong northeasterly winds. And in the upper levels, we've been talking about it the last several days, you have a lot of vertical wind shear. Those winds coming in from the west. That's going to continue to grab this, pull it off towards the east. See this strong part of the jet stream right here as well? That's supporting our low over Japan, and that is going to play a role in our storm system eventually just weakening out and pulling off there towards the northeast. So, yeah, that's really all I want to talk about on this one. Guam and Saipan, yeah, you saw some gusty winds on Monday and Tuesday, some rainfall, but no significant real damage actually reported out of this. All warnings have been dropped at this time. At least for the major populated areas down towards the south. There is still, for some of these outlying islands farther towards the north, the threat of some high surf and definitely the gusty winds, but really just almost no one lives off here on these northernmost islands. Also, the Ogasawara Islands at this time, and what I mean that is off here towards the north. This is actually a part of Japan. Expecting some cloudy skies on Friday. I think the storm system is going to track east of you. But, I mean, we're talking about, I think about 20,000 people live on these islands out here. There is thunderstorm advisories and high surf advisories in effect for these locations going through your Thursday into Friday. So, yeah, the storm's not over yet. It's still going to affect some people, but the second unofficially named typhoon of the year, at the very least, does look like it is basically on its way out and moving off towards the east. The other thing I was talking about, though, is across Japan, actually in Hachicho-jima, Japan, and actually Miyake-jima, 90 kilometer per hour winds reported today. It is windy out there. There's your center of circulation. We have these strong southerly winds coming in along the southern periphery of this storm, and it has been making for very breezy conditions near the coast, but also the widespread rainfall. Let's go ahead and pull up the precipitation forecast, and you can see right here going throughout the day on your Wednesday into Thursday, we're going to see heavy rain up and down the Kanto area, even extending out through the eastern seaboards of the Tohoku region. Some locations actually have seen, and let me double check this fact, upwards of about 87 millimeters in the past 24 hours. But in May Prefecture, one location saw 319 millimeters in the past 48 hours. So some pretty intense rainfall having out there. Tokyo is currently under some thunderstorm advisories and heavy rain advisories at this time. I know if you're in downtown Tokyo, it probably doesn't seem like it's that bad, but yeah, a few locations here are still going to be seeing that pretty heavy precipitation, and it could bring some gusty winds in these localized embedded thunderstorms. And that's going to be the big topic as we go ahead into Wednesday evening before this storm system starts to taper off by, well, basically going ahead into Thursday afternoon. So, ame wa ban and asa no ashita dayo demo. But on Thursday in the evening hours, it is all going to be tapering off, and then even over towards Friday. Sunny skies in the forecast across much of Japan, and that's really going to be the topic out there. Take a look at the forecast here. 17 degrees for the high Friday, a high of 21, partly cloudy skies. Same thing goes if you're down towards the south, basically cloudy skies throughout the rest of the week. Highs in the low 20s for those of you in Naha. Hong Kong, not faring in on it. You're not going to be faring in on the decent weather at the very least. The Mayu front really setting in, and there is a threat of some of these areas seeing some thunderstorms. And we look at the temperature difference. It's fairly warm down here towards the south, but we have some cool airs continuing to plunge in from the north. I mean, take a look at the Tibetan Plateau. It's freezing up there. So these areas in Hong Kong over towards Taipei, basically on Wednesday and a Thursday, you could see some pretty decent amount of rainfall and that threat of flooding coming out of this one. I think that's going to be something we want to watch out for. Take a look at your temperatures even farther towards the south, though. And that's isolated flooding before I go away from that. And also, it's going to taper off by Friday into Saturday. All right, back towards the Indochina Peninsula. This is what I want to talk about. Afternoon thunderstorms popping up, and the main reason is basically diurnal heating, daytime heating. Look at these temperatures going up into the mid to high 30s by the afternoon hours. It is going to stay steamy out there for you. Also across the Philippines, afternoon thunderstorms really the big topic, especially across central Luzon. But outside of that, easterlies just remain preeminent, and there's nothing really organized. Even in the long range, I don't see anything developing. It is April going into May. We're starting to get closer and closer to typhoon season, despite the fact this was our second typhoon according to JTWC JMA. It's the fifth named storm of the season. Actually, in the Ogasawara Islands, our tropical storm Tapah is being called Typhoon Goban, which means number 5. So yeah, that's something pretty significant, I suppose. But that is all for right now, everybody. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always post them down there in the comment box below. Also, like I said, this is our first time we're doing an update on YouTube Live. So if you stopped by, if you're watching, please post in the comment box. I always appreciate your feedback. Also, yeah, we're going to be doing some new stuff with the website, so please do go check that out and bear with us if you do stop by the website, and there's some changes being done as well. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and stay safe out there. Bye.